To use Apple Classroom, the first thing you need to do is locate your orange classroom icon with a teacher standing in front of a board. Once you launch Classroom, your preloaded classes will show in your home display. Select the class that you want to use for Classroom. Once you've loaded your class, you'll be in what we call attendance mode. Attendance mode simply shows you the students who are active and online. Students who are active will be displayed in a color. Students who are offline and not logged into your class will be grayed out. As we are talking about the display, we also want to take a look at the left panel as well. As we begin to use Classroom, you will see apps that have been used becoming displayed over in the left side panel. Our top bar is our navigation or control panel, which we'll be talking about and focusing on today. The control panel in attendance view controls the functions of the full class. The first icon we're going to talk about is the apps icon, which is a 3-layered square. When we open this icon helps us to push apps out to the entire classroom setting with the simple click of a button. Apps downloaded from self-service will be what are available on your Apple iPads. So when I click into an app, Apple Classroom begins to navigate to my devices. If you notice, now in the bottom right corner, I can see that the students are using the iBooks app that I just pushed out. This is a very handy tool as well because at a glance you can see if the apps that you've instructed students to use are open or if they're using another app. You also notice in the side panel that Books is now showing as an app that's being used on 9 devices. When we click into our app's push out button, we also have the feature to lock students in the app after opening. Now what this simply means is that once you lock a student in the app, they can't navigate anywhere else. Their iPad will stay in whatever app you push out. So we're going to open ClassLink and lock our students in ClassLink because that's where we would like for them to stay. And now I can see that on my online devices, everyone is in ClassLink, and you notice that it says ClassLink with a lock beside it. That simply means that the student can no longer navigate anywhere else outside of ClassLink until the teacher selects the unlock icon from the control menu. Once I select unlock, my iPads will be navigated to unlock, and now the students can navigate elsewhere on their devices. Since we're talking about the lock icon not only can lock a student inside a control panel feature, it also can be used to shut your devices down. This is a great way to get your students' attention when doing an activity. All I simply do is select the lock button. And now my devices are completely locked. Students can't even hit the home button. They can't hit any other type of feature on the iPad until I restore accessibility by clicking the unlock button. And you notice that the lock changes to an unlock. Once I select that, students now have control over their device again. Let's move on in the control panel and talk about the Safari icon. So when I click on the navigate icon, this gives me the option to do 2 things. I can push out iBooks with PDFs that are loaded on my device, or I can navigate to a Safari website. For this tutorial today, we're going to talk about navigating to Safari websites. One note about using this feature: you must save your sites as a bookmark in the Safari app for Classroom to integrate this function, as Google Chrome is not an integrated function, nor is any other browser for that matter. So in Safari, I've created a set of bookmarks for my class, and I'm simply going to have them go to a listening journal. This is a Google form that I created and I've saved to my Safari browser. And once I click on the listening journal, it's going to navigate all of my devices over to Safari. And you notice that now, since that's a Google form that uses Safari, all of my icons are showing as the Safari app. I see it also displayed over here in the left at quick glance. If I go back to my control panel, I have an option called the Hide button. If I need my students in one fell swoop to get back to the home screen quickly, I simply click the Hide button, and that's going to navigate all of my students back to their home screen on their device. It's a real quick way just to simply close apps out and get your students back. The next icon we have is the Mute button. This is a very quick way to silence all of your devices with the click of a button. If I simply click that button, now all of my iPads are muted and silenced. Students do have control to cut their volume back up. It's just a very quick way to get the volume down with the click of a button. I also have my More icon, which is the circle with 3 dots inside of it. With my More icon, I can invite students to join my class, and you can see that they can navigate into Settings or System Preferences and then enter the code to join Classroom. I have the option to remove students, which I could actually remove all 10 of my students at one time if I needed to reset my class and add new students. I also have the option to end the class and then return to my class list to start a new class. The Select button allows you to select groups of students. So for example, let's say iPad 10, 1, and 5 are having issues navigating to a specific app. I can select these 3 and then find the app that I'd like for them to navigate to, and Classroom will navigate just those 3 iPads to where they need to go. The final icon are our 4 circles. This is the attendance versus class display view. In this mode, I'm in attendance mode, letting me see who is logged in and who's online. If I click the button, it changes to display mode. Now, at a quick glance, I can see which apps the students are using and what their screen looks like. This is a very useful feature just to simply monitor what's going on with your classroom. I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you. Thank you for tuning in and checking out the video.